Pablo Escobar is known as the most famous drug trafficker in history. This person would not accept any obstacles to achieving his goals. He would say that everything that stood in our way must be removed. Many say Pablo Escobar is a hero, but many others say he is a criminal. Can a person who kills innocent people be a hero? Avianca Flight 203. The flight was scheduled to depart from El Dorado Airport in Bogotá, the capital of Colombia, to the Colombian city of Cali on November 27, 1989. The aircraft was a Boeing 727, and there were a total of 107 people on board, including the crew. Various checks were carried out on the aircraft at the airport, and it was ready for flight. And finally, at 7:13 in the morning, it took off. The plane quickly climbed and reached an altitude of 13,000 feet after 5 minutes. Its speed was also showing 794 kilometers per hour, but suddenly an explosion occurred in the middle of the plane, near the fuel tank. It took off from Bogotá Airport and was only 5 minutes into its flight. Colombian aviation officials initially didn't realize that a bomb had exploded on the plane, thinking it was a malfunction of the plane itself. But soon after the investigation, they realized that explosives had blown up the plane. As the investigation became more complete, the name of the Medellin cartel appeared on the file. A cartel run by Pablo Escobar. By doing this, Escobar made a big mistake because the person he wanted to kill was not on the plane. Escobar wanted to kill Cesar Gaviria Teruel, who was set to run in the 1990 Colombian elections. He was a very strong candidate, had a lot of supporters, and the chances of him winning were very high. But Escobar didn't want him to become president because he always said during the election campaign that all our problems were because of the cartels. He said that if I became president, I would destroy all these cartels, especially Pablo Escobar's cartel. Escobar killed many of his opponents in the streets. But Gaviria was a high-ranking politician and couldn't be killed easily. How much research did they do to find a flight with Cesar Gaviria on board and blow up the plane? But we saw that. Their arrow hit the stone. How powerful was Escobar? How could he easily carry a bomb on a plane? That's a plane that an important person is going to board. The methamphetamine cartel had bought 2 tickets on this plane. Seats 18A and 18K are the seats located directly on the plane's fuel tank. Now, who took this bomb on the plane? A young prey, Escobar's cartel hires someone, pays them a lot of money, and tells them to sit in this airplane seat and turn on this recording we gave you. To your left and right, 2 businessmen sat who needed their voices heard when they talked to each other. This young man had been paid well and had no idea that this recording was a bomb. We said they had bought 2 tickets, and they had told this young man that a cartel member would come with him. But before they get on the plane, that one person leaves the line and comes back, and this guy gets on the plane alone. When the plane takes off, he takes out the recorder and presses the record button, the button that detonated the bomb. The bomb wasn't very big, but the place where it exploded was very dangerous. Escobar was very angry when he realized that Teruel was not on the plane, because not only had his goal not been achieved, but he had also somehow been exposed. And everyone realized that Escobar was behind this terrorist attack. Escobar had brought another misfortune. There were 2 Americans on this plane. The killing of these 2 Americans led George Bush Sr., who was the president of the United States at the time, to order Escobar to be arrested and tell American security forces to take Escobar seriously. A few months later, Colombian elections were held, and before Escobar's angry and upset eyes, Cesar Gaviria Teruel became president of Colombia. The president, who has said in all his speeches that his first goal is to destroy the cartel, the growth. At this time we are talking about, the drug cartels are at the height of their power, and Pablo Escobar is the king of cocaine in the world. But this terrorist attack on this plane became a turning point for Escobar. From that moment on, Escobar's empire went downhill. Their power is decreasing every day. And not only did Colombian forces want to destroy them, but the U.S. DEA also sought to destroy them. The DEA is the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. Escobar had no choice but to surrender, but it's not like he's weakened and Colombian forces can't easily capture him. That's why he was sending a message to the government of Troilus. You want to put me in prison? I'll go to prison, but not the prison you say, but the prison I build myself. The government told him to build his own prison. You should spend 5 years in prison. Escobar says he'll build the most luxurious prison in the world for himself. A prison that is better than a first-class hotel. The Colombian government thought that if he went to prison, the cartel's activities would stop. But no, this guy has gone to his hotel and is circulating the cards from there. This means that there has been no difference in the efficiency of the cartel. In short, the president orders Colombian forces to storm Escobar's prison and capture him, dead or alive. But Escobar had many informants who told him that Colombian special forces were coming, so he escaped before they arrived. He played a game of cat and mouse for 2 years. The agents were after him, but he kept running away. There was money everywhere. They finally found his location in 1993, and when he tried to escape from the roof, they had to shoot him. And Escobar was killed. His pride destroyed him. He had reached the peak of power and thought he could do anything. He even killed 110 innocent people for his goal, but this time it didn't work and led to its destruction. They say Escobar had more than $30 billion in cash at the time, which were embedded in various places, even buried in the ground. They say most of Escobar's money was eaten by rats because banknotes quickly disappear underground. All of Escobar's wealth and power brought nothing but misery to his family. After Escobar's death, his wife and children fled to Mozambique, and that too at the height of poverty. They don't even have money to eat. In Mozambique, they apply for an Argentine visa and are given one, meaning they go to Argentina with a tourist visa. But they couldn't even get their lives back on track because wherever Escobar's name was mentioned, they said they couldn't help. That's why they went and changed their names and surnames. He is Escobar's son. His real name was Juan Pablo Escobar Henao, which he changed to Sebastian Marroquin. And he declared that I had no affiliation with Pablo Escobar. His mother and sister also changed their names, and with their new names, they were able to at least get jobs in Argentina and start a new life. After a few years, Argentina granted them residency, and they are still there. After a while in Argentina, his son, Sebastian Marroquin, wrote a documentary about his father's life. A documentary he called The Sins of My Father. This documentary made their lives better, but the drug cartel's money didn't do them any good. Please support us with subscribe, like, and comments. And thanks for your watching.